With up to 12 speed settings and a range of accessories, this MegaWise 3-in-1 seems to be a decent immersion blender, which is designed to handle just about anything. But how does it really stand against its competitors in practice? We'll find out together in just a moment. I'm Tina and welcome back to our Shouldit Blender Series. We're about to start our first test, but before we dive in, we'd love for you to read how Shouldit tests immersion blenders. It's a quick guide that explains how we approach every review, what we test, how we test it, and why those details matter. By understanding our testing standards, you see how each score and reaction connects to real performance, starting right here with the hot soup puree test. For our first test, we made a hearty blend of chicken broth, onions, celery, pumpkin, and carrot, uncooked under pressure until soft and ready for blending. To keep things fair, we held the soup temperature steady between 136 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, the same range we use for every immersion blender we test. And once everything was on set, we let the blender run for 30 seconds at full speed. And as far as we noticed, the MegaWise falls somewhere in the middle ground when it comes to pureeing hot soup, compared with similar models in each class. In general, it could break down the veggies easily, but didn't generate enough suction to pull them into its place naturally. That's why you may see us often stir and re-angle it several times while blending to ensure full contact. After some work, the soup ended up fine. It was smooth enough for a homemade meal and tasted nicely blended, just not as silky as when we used a stronger model. Hot soup puree, 7 out of 10. Next, we tested a frozen smoothie made with frozen mango, frozen pineapple, kale, and water. The first few seconds of blending looked promising when our MegaWise handled kale quite effectively. But soon, it became clear that its blades were unable to turn through the solid frozen fruits. After several attempts from our side, including manual stirs and constant tilting of the wand, the blending reached only 2/3 of the path. The rest remained coarse and uneven. Actually, continued operation could have improved this consistency, but we decided to end the test at the 3-minute mark as the fruits began warming up, causing the smoothie to lose its icy texture we were testing for. So, since the MegaWise was unable to complete this test successfully, we did not assign a score for the category. Smoothie, 0 out of 10. Before continuing with the rest of the review, we'd like to be clear that this isn't a paid promotion. Every hand blender we test is self-funded to ensure unbiased evaluations and honest ratings. If you find this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be a huge support. The third test was mayonnaise, created by mixing 3 egg yolks with 240 ml of oil. And with this MegaWise, it's important to blend at the slowest speed and keep it steady from start to finish if you want the emulsion to stay stable, since any sudden increase in speed can cause the mixture to split and fail to thicken. Despite running on its lowest setting, the MegaWise took only 1 minute and 50 seconds to bring all the ingredients together. Regarding the mayonnaise's quality, it was soft, stayed easy to spread, and held its shape pretty coherently. However, we found it felt a touch loose and not as silky as store-bought versions. Mayonnaise, 7 out of 10. In the almond milk test, we evaluated the blender's performance on nut-based recipes. We combined 1 cup of raw almonds with 3 cups of filtered water in the 24-ounce beaker, then ran the unit at full speed to see how effectively it pulverized the almonds into a creamy milk. The MegaWise started off fine, But then its one suddenly suctioned to the base, and since then, only a few nuts ever reached the blade's path. We went to break the suction by tilting the wand slightly, but the vacuum held so tight that pushing harder just caused a splash out. So to avoid splashing, we paused the blender briefly instead of forcing the lock to release with serious effort while spinning. Over a 1 minute 40 seconds run, that step came up 2 to 3 times, which was really annoying. Post-blend, the milk strained cleanly through the sieve, no large chunks left behind. All the almonds were ground finely, resulting in a creamy consistency and a natural sweet finish to the milk. Almond milk, 6.3 out of 10. Lastly, in the whipped egg whites test, we evaluated its performance as a hand mixer by whipping 100 ml of egg whites. We aim for stiff bits here, and the MegaWise delivered exactly that. Nevertheless, we were satisfied with this section. The long hold on the power button and the constant burst through the handle puts a strain on our wrist, causing the process to feel tiring and twice as long. If you care about blending comfort, this issue may be a deal breaker. On the bright side, the bake-off was nice. Soft bits appeared halfway through. We kept going, and at 2 minutes, the egg whites finally hit the desired consistency. It held its shape without collapsing even when the beaker was inverted. Although it won't win a volume race against a big mixer, from a race or surface, it's stable and clean. Whipped egg whites, 10 out of 10. So taking all 5 tests into account, this MegaWise 3-in-1 achieved an overall performance rating of 4.9 out of 10. The MegaWise's performance tends to be below average compared to similar immersion blenders. On balance, it still struggles to blend evenly. Its ease of use also fails to impress us. You may find it quite tricky to maneuver, and sometimes it splashes liquid around, so unless you use a tall spacious blending container, you'll spend extra time wiping the counter afterward. Regarding its construction, the build quality is on par with its purchase-friendly price. This means it doesn't look flimsy or poorly made, yet definitely far from high-end. We got the dark red version and we really love the color. It looks so vibrant and cheerful on our counter. In conclusion, the MegaWise 3-in-1 Immersion Blender is unlikely to wow you with its efficiency. If you're looking for something that can ensure top-notch consistency, this one might not be the perfect fit. But if all you want is something basic for purees and light smoothies, this blender should be good enough to get you across the finish line. That's it for our review of the MegaWise 3-in-1 Immersion Blender. You can find more details through the links in the description or explore other options in our Shouldit Blender Series. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you catch our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching Shouldit, and see you in the next video. Bye!